Do you want to get faster at the drums? There's one simple trick you can use to double your speed and smash past 120, 150, even 180 beats per minute. And in this video, I'm going to show you 3 secrets that I use to get my hands up to these speeds in 90 days. What are these 3 secrets that I'm talking about? The first one is that if you want to play fast, you have to sacrifice something. And that something is that you can't play loud and fast at the same time. At least there is some things you can do that I'm going to share with you later that allow for some of that. But if you want to play fast, you can't travel large distances with your sticks. It just naturally has a lower speed limit. You have to make really small movements if you want to play fast. I naturally am going to be able to play much faster when I'm low to the drum like this versus high. So I can like wrench it out, but not for very long. And I can play plenty at those low speeds. So one of the first tricks is if you want to play fast, you have to play quiet. Doing things like and doing them as quiet as you can. There's a reason why the fastest drummers in the world, when they break those world records, which honestly, I don't have any interest in trying to go that fast, but when they do, they're playing unbelievably quiet and low to the drum and making the smallest movements as possible with the smallest muscle group as possible. You're going to get a lot of mileage out of playing soft, either small wrist movements, small finger movements, all that kind of thing. What if you do want to play louder? Well, you can't play loud all the time. The secret is to basically not do this. This is how a lot of people would play their paradiddles, something along these lines. Now, do you guys see what I'm doing wrong here? I'm going to give you guys a moment to leave a comment. But what's happening is something that's going to drastically limit your speed. So you need to make sure to not practice this way, even slow, because that's going to get stuck in your muscle memory. What I'm doing wrong is that. What was that? I was lifting up for the accent, of course, but I was lifting up far too late. When you try to do that faster, like right before you need to play the accent, you're gonna hit a speed limit where it just kind of halts like this. See how there's that like little bit of delay before each accent? So there's 2 steps to fixing this. And this is the simple trick that I mentioned earlier. And the first step is to lift during the doubles. So for a paradiddle, right, left, right, right. See that? So during the 2 rights, my left hand is lifting up. And then left, right, left, left. So I'm lifting up. Now, I did this by accident a little bit there. You want to make sure to not do this. You don't want to lift, lift in stages. You want to lift smoothly. And you also don't want to do it the way I'm doing right now. I'm going to share another secret with you that's going to like make this much more fluid and relaxed in a second. But I'm going to do it this way just for illustration. Right, left, lift, lift. Don't do it in stages. You want it to lift slowly. Right, left, lift, lift. Left, right, lift, lift. So I'm lifting during the doubles. If you're having trouble lifting fluidly and then it keeps halting, then all you got to do is play one hand and then slowly drift your other hand up and down. It's going to help break your brain connection so that one hand can be doing one thing. It's kind of like the whole rubbing your tummy and tapping your top of your head kind of thing. And then just do that for both hands, so that you help like make them more independent of each other and they're not like stuck super linked. So that smooth lift is going to really help. The next step, and this is the next secret that I want to share with you, is we don't actually want to lift that way. We want to lift from our wrists. So basically, rather than teaching you guys a whole hour on molar technique, which I do all the time in my workshops, but what you actually want to do is to get this quickly, is forget about the whole molar thing with your arms and instead imagine that you're a puppet and that you're just totally limp. Although I'm going to keep my wrist straight. Imagine there's a string coming off of your wrist. And if you pull on that string, the rest kind of falls down as you do it, like so. See that? Pull, like that. So make sure you're doing it with me. Try that. You got to do both hands. When you do it with a stick in your hand, you're going to tap at the same time. It happens at the same time, which is fantastic. And you can also do it without tapping. And we're looking for that. When you come back down, it's a much more fluid wave-like motion. This is a molar motion, but you can get this very quickly without having to go through all the other steps and going huge with your elbows and stuff. So I would start with this. Also notice I'm in one place, up and down. I'm not going out, and I'm not going in a circle in any way. It's like straight up, straight down. You can even put another stick there to like trace and see that you're going straight up and down. And then when you're doing it like this with one hand, you can put another stick nearby to trace it. See that? That way you can verify. Lift with the wrist, do the puppet thing. You can verify that you're more or less straight in one place and not going out or coming up and going out. Instead, you're staying straight up and down. So that's the molar in a nutshell. You should be doing that with both your hands. Next, we're going to be doing that during the doubles. So while I play left, left, my right hand is doing the puppet thing. While I do right, right, my left hand is doing the puppet thing. So here is how I would practice a paradiddle as slow as possible. Check it out. So lift up for the molar with the wrist, right, left, and now during the right, right, doubles lifting from the wrist. Right, tap, left, left, right, left tap, lift from the wrist. Left, right, lift from the wrist. Right, left. We're not done yet because I have another secret to share with you, and I'm going to give you guys a practice routine you can use to nail this stuff and get it better than you ever have before so you can get your speed faster and have it sound good and sound clean. So we've got the lift during the doubles. Got a couple more tricks for you. First thing is I just asked you to lift during the doubles, but I don't actually want you to do that. I want you to take it a step further, and I want you to lift after the tap, or rather during the tap. So it's going to be right, left, and it's already lifting. Right, right, left, right, and it's already lifting. Left, left, right, left, and it's already lifting. Right, right, left, right, and it's already lifting. Left, left. Do it this speed or slower. Left, right, you see that lift? Here's the next secret for you. You want to be working on your open close technique. So open, closed, open, closed. But again, just like I mentioned earlier, if you want it to be fast, it has to be really small. So for paradiddles, check this out. You have the lift, right, left, and then open, closed. Left, right, it's lifting, open, closed. Right, left, open, closed. Left, right, and it's lifting, open, closed. So the open close is for the doubles, while the other hand's lifting. It's a lot of stuff to coordinate, and I'm going to write it out so you guys get some help. When you think about this, this is all the different stuff you want to be looking at. Here we go. So we have right, left, right, right. Now, open, closed. I don't know why I do a plus symbol for the close, but it's in my book. We have the accent here, and then the left is a tap, and it starts lifting up from the puppet motion. So we have right, which is coming down. That's a terrible down arrow. Left taps and lifts up. It starts lifting up here, and then open, closed for the right, right, while the left continues to lift. And then same for the other half of the paradiddle. We have down, because the left was going down over here, up over here in the first half, and now it goes down for the accent. And then tap of the right moves up, and then left, left is open, closed. That's what it should look like. Very slow. And of course, as always, you need to be doing this with a metronome and get all of these motions that happen in between the time to occur in such a way that you still hit the target of the metronome dead on and you impact the drum with that click. So you have all these motions like the lift up and stuff, and the open close initiation of those mechanisms are happening so that the stick is always impacting on the click. It's a lot to think about. So here's what it looks like. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're not going to do paradiddles for this plan. We're going to be doing right, left, left, right, and then left, right, right, left. This is an inverted paradiddle. I don't know why I'm combining uppercase and lowercase, and I ran out of space, but you get the idea. So the beautiful thing about the inverted paradiddle is it has singles on the front and end of each group of 4, rather than the right-left singles of a normal paradiddle, which means your accents are on the first and last of every 4 instead of the first 2. It lets you trade between your hands in a way that honestly is easier to play fast, and it sounds, in my opinion, cooler as well. So we're going to be playing right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left as an exercise, but very importantly, I want you guys to do this a specific way, and that is I want you to start with 50 BPM whole notes. Yes, I said whole notes. Now, I'm not turning on a metronome just to save time, but basically, if you're going to do whole notes, and so I'm not going to nail 50 BPM without checking. You're going to hear the click, and it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. But you're going to play this. Right, left, open, closed. I played 4 notes in 4 bars, and I also played a paradiddle by accident, not the inverted paradiddle. But the point remains the same. You're going to be playing right, left, 2, 3, 4, left, 2, 3, 4, right, 2, 3, 4. Now, you're going to have to eventually work on the open close. If you want it to be really fast with rebound, it helps a ton. Rather than trying to wrench it all out, you don't want to be doing wrist strokes like this if you don't have to. Now, on a low floor tom, yes, you're going to have to do that for doubles. But when you have rebound, do less work. Use the rebound to your advantage. It makes it very efficient. You see how it's bouncing like this? See that there? I'm just trying to get bouncy with my hands. It's never going to sound great because the first note is always going to be louder. It's always going to sound a little bit sloppy. It just never comes together. If I make every stroke distinct, then you're going to have a lot of clarity when you speed it up. It lets us do a lot of stuff like this. So, step by step, first thing is whole notes, literally. And if you skip this, don't come back to me and say, hey, I'm not getting faster. I want you to play unbelievably slow. And then you do quarter notes, which I'm doing here. So step 2, of course, is doing your quarters. And I think 50 BPM is still fine, but I want you to put in several days of whole notes. I call that Tai Chi speed. Literally, I want you to pretend that you're doing Tai Chi and do it that slow. And then you can bump it up to quarter notes. But if you don't get it super slow first, you're skipping the most crucial step. A student in my drum hub program said this to me yesterday. He said during our class that he can do it really slow and it's easy, and that it's harder for him when he speeds it up. And my answer to him was, like, you said something so profound, which is that it's easy when you do it incredibly slow. What that means is keep doing it slow so that it becomes muscle memory. It becomes second nature, and it becomes something that's completely automatic and subconscious. If it's that easy when it's slow, just keep doing it slow until it's completely automatic, playing on autopilot. Then when you speed it up, it'll be easy there too. You won't have to struggle. So Tai Chi speed is really the secret. So step 2, of course, is quarter notes. And we're talking like, do a day of each or do 2 days of each. Once you've done that, yes, speed it up to, let's say, 1/8 notes, or just go from 50 BPM quarters to 60, 70, all the way up to 100, etc. Just gradually is the really key thing. If you're already at these speeds, then you just, incrementally go up from there. Next thing is orchestrating it. The key with orchestration is not just playing around the kit, but also preparing to move. It's just like preparing for accents, where when I need to play an accent, I'm already there. Already ready for the accent. See, up here already. So back to inverted paradiddles and orchestration, the same thing goes for movement. If I'm gonna play, inverted paradiddle, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left. Play an inverted paradiddle, I'm moving the right, right in the middle of the second half to the snare drum, and watch my right hand. Already here. So I make sure I'm not waiting here and having to go at the last minute. Same thing goes for any type of thing you're playing around the kit. With the movement, back and forth. See, I'm sweeping back and forth and preparing. So all of these movements are, I'm not planning them ahead of time, but they're second nature to just sweep between them and not be stuck here and then switch, 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 switch. There's a lot of fluidity to it. That, in a nutshell, is everything you need to get those inverted paradiddles, all those different variations as fast as you need them to go. The final challenge I have for you is to incorporate this into your coordination. That means if you're doing something like inverted paradiddles, get it lined up with your foot patterns, your foot ostinatos. So I'm gonna link to a video that explains how to develop this independence in depth, and you're gonna find that link in the description. So if I'm playing a pattern like this, I want to play those inverted paradiddles at the same time, like this. Work on whatever pattern you need to, whether it's the inverted paradiddles, or if you want an extra challenge, do a 6-note pattern. Let's say a paradiddle diddle. So that's 6 notes, and get that under a foot pattern. So quarter notes. You see the lift and movement before the accent? It's happening well before the accent. In fact, you kind of start lifting up during the open closed, especially for a paradiddle diddle like that. And then you can get it under a samba, you can get it under a bossa nova, you can get it baillon, whatever kind of other foot pattern you want to do. Here's a paradiddle diddle, and I'll just do it ride and snare. Okay, so there's your homework. If you want to level up your coordination and make that really easy so that your brain can just do it, then check out this video where I'm going to show you exactly how to do that.